Hey, what up? This is Bro D from 95.7 The Vibe in Kansas City, which, by the way, is the home of the American League champions and soon-to-be world champions, Kansas City Royals. And you're listening to my dudes, the Hoppe and SuperRICH Show.
Hopefully they'll be world champions.
I'm rooting for the Giants. I don't know why. It's just because I like San Francisco as a team. You know what I mean?
That's
Giants,
a shame.
man. See,
I don't know.
I'm thinking about the Cubs, though. Signing James Shields as a
That's a
free
great
agent.
point. You need that. Is this Mike?
But they're getting Lester. It doesn't matter.
Okay, wait.
They're going to get both of them.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. I mean,
They're getting Lester and Shields.
I think that it's going to go 7 games, and I picked the Giants winning it. I just see it happening.
Royals in 6, which is what I said at the beginning. I think that's going to happen. But you never know.
All right, call the show. 847-866-W on your order. It's 847-866-9687. All right.
Oh, and before we get into anything, K1 wanted to talk about...
Yeah, where can people
something
find your bands online, your friend's band?
You can find them at Oppressed Affliction
All right.
on Twitter.
How do you
will
spell
tweet
that?
that out.
At O Affliction. Well, that's their
Okay.
Twitter.
Okay.
All right, and what is the best part about their music? Like, what draws people in?
Well, it's pretty much kind of like Blue Lines. Like, they're homegrown. They're very, most of their influence come from personal experience. But it's more like the rock, metal type guys. But, honestly, they're on the verge of breaking.
And we need new music to kind of take over, like young blood, because all the old bands are just kind of getting lazy. And guys like David and Robert Ruiz of Blue Line are going to take over. Your friend's going to take over. We're going to take over. Like, there's going to be this new phenomenon within the next 10 years. Everyone talks about how we're such a lazy generation. People like Robert and David Ruiz, people like us that work hard, we're going to take over because no one else works hard, so why can't we take over? You know what I mean?
That's a good point, yeah.
All right. So, there's a lot of reality shows on TV I don't like, obviously, but some of them don't really creep me out. Like, I just kind of think they're trash, like the Kardashians or any of the housewives. They're just trash bags that are famous for opening up their legs or for living off their husband's money. But there was something always about that show, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, that always scared me. It's the fact that the mom didn't feed them anything healthy. Like, I'm not saying you're going to lose weight overnight, but she just gave them, like, go-go juice all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was ridiculous. And then everything was, like, dipped in grease. So now it's weird to find out that they are in trouble for her mom being caught with a sex offender. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
And I always had a weird, creepy feeling about them, so it's not surprising that this is happening. So what does the article say?
All right, TLC's Honey Boo Boo cancellation shows dangers of expletive TV. It's easy to slip into gloating mode now that the cable channel TLC has finally canceled a show so many of us critics have hated for so long. Here Comes Honey Boo Boo.
Anybody who liked the show was either a bored person living off of unemployment, or they were a person who just didn't know what they were doing with their life, because there's no reason ever to watch Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. You know what I mean?
I agree
like,
with
it's
that.
just utter trash. You know what I mean? Like, it just gets me infuriated that this is a top-rated show. Shows like Southland, shows like Terriers on FX, all the good shows get canceled, but people watch the Kardashians. I'm not saying the Kardashians are good, but they're not demeaning. Like, Honey Boo Boo, the child investigation should come in and take away that mom. A sex offender was in the same house. So what does it say?
All right, so unfortunately, the cancellation comes following a horrifying moment. Gossip site TMZ reported Thursday that Mama June Shannon, and the mother of child beauty pageant contestant Elena, which is Honey Boo Boo, has resumed dating an old boyfriend who was convicted of molesting an 8-year-old related to Shannon.
Here's the thing. Who did he molest?
Molesting an 8-year-old related to the family.
Okay,
So a
it
cousin
wouldn't
or
be
something.
one thing if you go out with a pedophile who hasn't touched someone that's not related to you. I'm not saying it's better, or to just go out with a pedophile that maybe it was iffy. But for that skank, June, to go out with somebody who touched a kid that's related to them, what the hell is wrong with you? You don't deserve to have your kid. How are you getting turned on during sex? Because you know they banged. How are you turned on to a piece of dirt who had some type of sexual contact with a kid. I always said to my mom, that show's creepy. She's like, no, they're just weird rednecks. No, there is always something off about that bitch, that skank, that whore, that slut, that dirtbag, that scumbag, that leech, that loser known as June. And now you're saying those are mean words. She was having sex with a pedophile who touched and maybe did something with a kid that she's related to. So I have the goddamn right to call her a skank. What the hell is this trash? And how are you turned on to pedophiles? I mean, I get they're not touching it anymore, but when you're having sex with the guy, how are you, like, riding him or something and going, yeah, he was doing things to kids? Like, if I were to go out with a girl and she were to touch kids, I would be so turned off because I hate pedophiles. How is this skank going to claim she's a great mom? Because she never was one. She had her kid on national TV. She had her fed hog of a child eating badly and embarrassing herself. So she never was a good mom.
Mama, I gotta win the pageant.
But there's a difference between being in a pageant and having sex with a pedophile who touched someone in your family. The kid should be taken away immediately. Honey Boo Boo in 10 years is going to be 18, and this is going to be so embarrassing for her because of that skank of a mom.
She might kill herself.
I'm not kidding. Like, this is bad. Like, someone needs to adopt her.
A lot of reality show people are going to kill themselves shortly after they see how bad this is.
I swear, I've seen that show maybe twice, and I feel like my IQ's dropped at least 5 points.
I've watched a minute YouTube video, and I think I went brain dead. How did you watch 2 episodes?
Honestly,
yeah, really.
I have no idea. Like, I don't know.
You must have been very bored.
It was like one of those times, like, it's like early in the morning, you're just like, all right, nothing else is on. What is this?
Right.
I go to bed then. I don't I don't know how you deal with it because it's utter trash.
I know. That's why I thought, I'm like, why am I watching this still?
And yet you still would continue to watch.
I'm actually not looking down on you, but, like, it's just like
you're looking down on him now because of his choice of
He thinks of you differently
shows.
now, okay?
At least when you're watching the Kardashians, it's eye candy. Like, I get why guys watch it because they're hot pieces of ass, even though they're famous for opening up their legs for a one-hit wonder. But this is a fat hog who, her kids shouldn't be out of shape. They're born. Feed them healthy. They might not like it at first, but they're going to be healthy. Export. If you're out there, please give Honey Boo Boo a free membership. She has a belly. She's famous for doing the truffle shuffle and for drinking go-go juice when she's feeling hyper. My mom gave me orange juice. Yeah, I was fat as a kid, but I was healthy fat. I wasn't walking around with my gut hanging out.
No, not
Screw
at all.
you, June.
Yeah,
you bitch.
It's bad. So, Shannon has denied the allegation, saying in a video on her Facebook page that I have not seen that person in 10 years. But TMZ posted a photo, and it says it depicts Shannon and the man, 53-year-old Mark McDaniel, other known as Mark McRapey, recently hanging out with friends in a hotel room. TLC on Friday issued a statement without addressing the allegations directly. And here's their quote. TLC has canceled the series Here Comes Honey Boo Boo and ended all activities around the series effective immediately, supporting the health and welfare of these remarkable children. Remarkable children. I don't know about that.
Actually, let's not make fun of the children here because they've been brought up by terrible parents.
Yeah, it's all on the parents.
Actually, they are remarkable children because they're innocent. They have nothing to do with that.
They're remarkable because of the way their parents are making them act.
How long was this show on for before, I mean, obviously...
I think a year or two.
Okay,
Yeah,
so not too long.
A few years, yeah. TLC is faithfully committed to the children's ongoing comfort and well-being, end quote. This is where you would typically insert lots of commentary referencing early questions of whether the show exploits its young stars, or you could note how
I'm not a
such
big
a TV
fan,
show Southern families with little regard for the impact of turning their lives into national.
That was
punchlines.
my creepy part about it was at least with some of these Mormon shows or like these other shows like John and K+8, like
Or Breaking Amish.
things like that, at least it's like a clean family relationship. With this, it's like it's awful parenting, and we're just watching to feel better about our lives. Like, it's just like you're exploiting the kid, and they're going to be embarrassed 10 years later. Like, it's not a good look when that happens. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost evil. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a big fan of just these shows.
Like, just even the thought of an 8-year-old starting to wearing makeup and having to try around a swimsuit. Ugh.
Yeah, I know what you mean. What else did the article say?
No.
But this is something we've seen in a less alarming way before. When Duck Dynasty star Phil Robertson let his inner homophobe fly in a GQ magazine interview, I think you guys remember that, A&E suspended him and then unsuspended him and saw ratings plummet nearly 50% from the show's heights. Real Housewives also had issues with people leaving the show and all that stuff. Too often, it seems reality TV producers have been in the business of handling worldwide platforms to dubious people in questionable circumstances.
Yeah, reality TV people are scumbags. Like, I get that these people who are going on it are openly allowing it, but you're taking advantage of Honey Boo Boo. Like, you should almost not do the show and just find something else that'll bring in ratings, because these dumbasses will watch it. Like, it just felt kind of mean to Honey Boo Boo. Like, that's why I hated it, was people thought it was funny. Like, actual morning shows would break down what happened the night before. It's like, it just seems kind of sick. It's just like, this is someone's life. Like, this isn't a joke. Like, if it were a bad sitcom or like Reno 911 or Trailer Park Boys, where it's like
Reno 911. That is.
I love that show.
Oh, are you a fan of that show?
You like it?
It's all right. I think it gets really boring, in my opinion.
It gets repetitive. Some episodes are good and some aren't as good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like, let's arrest the 42-year-old drunk woman from the South who's laying on her lawn pantsless.
See, I love the black guy, and I love the guy Carlos, and the guy and the girl with the big boobs who ended up being on the Goldbergs. That's what I like about the show. But my point was, like, this is actual someone's real life, and it just feels sick that these radio shows would break down what happened. It just felt evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, they'll do anything just because they feel like doing it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No doubt about that.
There's not much left to the article. Just sort of talking about, it says at the end, wonder if anyone will think of this when the next expletive TV concept comes up, meaning, when this happens again, when there is a controversy in a reality show, are they going to cancel it? Or are they going to keep it going?
All right.
I don't know.
Now, a lot of people might not be technologically savvy, so they don't know what a screenshot is. But a screenshot basically is like a frame from a video. You know, just like a random frame if you were to pause it.
A still shot of a video.
And I'm going to tweet out at Hoppe Radio 893. This is the official announcement, June, saying I wouldn't endanger my kids. This is the frame that TMZ used. Man, do I want to bang the hell out of her. She is so attractive. God, she's a hot piece of ass. We are going to come back and play this video as Honey Boo Boo's mom is going to try and defend herself, which seems impossible. But hey, crazier things happen in life, so don't touch that dial, folks. We'll be right back on the Hoppe and SuperRICH Show. Hang on.
The Hoppe and SuperRICH Show.
This is an official broadcast of Hoppe Radio. For more info, check out hopperadio.com and hoppesworld.com.